these Igbo people, where are they from?
If anybody comes to this studio and tell you that he has information that can give you the origin of all Igbo people, don't take him serious.
Wow. This is Igbo Viva, the digital heritage community for over 70 million Igbos all over the world. I am Akachuku Wampo Opteifadi, your host. Let us welcome Professor Peter-Jazzy Ezeh, Professor of Anthropology, University of Nigeria, Nsukka. We asked Professor Ezeh, where did Igbo come from? Please, welcome Professor P.J. Ezeh and listen to him answer this question. There's one interesting material you came here with.
Yes.
The Foundations of Igbo Studies.
Yes. Yes.
By Louis Oraka.
He's a very thorough scholar, I must say.
Wow.
So the relevance of this book, which actually should be reissued, is that he took the effort to study about the Igbo as such, their language mainly. And of course, you can't talk about culture without talking about language.
Yes.
Indeed, our definition of language, part of it, is that it is an instrument of cultural transmission.
Yes.
So you couldn't talk about language without talking about culture.
Yes.
It is a multum in parvo. This book is small
but powerful.
Yes. So he took it from the earliest time. For instance, the very first attempt, to study Igbo language happened to come from German researchers who went to West Indies. They captured it from there, took it up to when the Society for Promotion of Igbo Language and Culture came along. And I think at the point he was writing, he was the secretary of that society.
Yes.
But typical of our people these days, people like Oraka have been pushed aside. No Society for Promotion of Igbo Language and Culture anymore because of politics. If you are truly determined to focus on knowledge production, what is your own about who leads? You can stay quietly just like what you described to me. If you are so sure that what you are doing is relevant, me, the more I'm noticed, the more distracting. That is it for me. They killed that thing, and this is something Ogbalu labored, from 1950s. Most things we now have as innovation in Igbo language studies was thanks to Society for Promotion of Igbo language, including decimalization.
Wow.
Of course, that people now say iri abo instead of uru.
Okay.
Or say iri ato instead of uru ni iri.
Okay.
And so on. You can count up to billion now because it's decimalized.
Yes.
And they coined or borrowed from dialect things we didn't have
before.
One word for before. Yeah. For instance, to say 1,000 those days, it was impossible. You go doing the adding until you get to, for instance, Nnoabo no Oguiri will be your 1,000.
Yes.
But now you can use one word for it. It's all thanks to that Society for Promotion of Igbo.
Wow.
So Oraka and his group, Ogbalo Oraka and their group, maybe Emenanjo, some of these people, they worked really hard
on it.
Yes.
Fantastic.
So
this is great. This is something that we're going to pay attention to.
Let me tell you why it's a must. If we put our money where our mouth is, the farther you move away from the ancestors, the harder it is to get undiluted facts about our identity.
Yes.
These people that were interviewed in West Indies, for instance, there are people many generations farther from us.
Yes.
And the story they tell you, the narrative is the narrative as it existed at that time, without being colored by anything else that we have now.
Yeah.
The same, even more modest things like the archives here, because in the National Archives here, just as an example, it may not be the ideal, but it is better than some of the stories you hear now, because the colonizer came and he was desperate. He wasn't doing it for your sake as a people. No, he was doing it for themselves. So you dare not give him concocted stories about yourself. You must tell him the way it really is. Because you want to understand who you really are.
So
how do you function? So that
he can control you.
Yes. He wasn't doing it for you.
For you.
There's a book of socio-anthropological thought for African students.
Yes.
Which, with due modesty, I wrote. So I made that point there. I said to properly understand ourselves, don't underrate those old studies, 19th century, early 20th century. The reason is simple. Because the colonizer really was determined to have the true narrative, the way the elders they met that time knew it. It is irreplaceable. So, and I said, those who sweep everything, throw away the baby and
the bathwater,
they are making very grievous mistake. Because I use the metaphor, we could be like soldiers in the field. Enemy had really giving you a lot of humbug. But you were lucky. You finally defeated the enemy. And you took that weapon with which he's been troubling you. What do you think is the correct decision? The correct decision is to study this thing and use it against him.
Yes, that's it.
That's what we needed to do.
Yes.
Are those things they collected correct? Yes. Most part. Then the thing is now in your hand. Find out the truth, not somebody
fabricating nonsense.
Drunk alcohol and start telling you one thing or the other about it. Now, who told him? Okay. Even if he goes back to his grandfather, we are the elders now, are we not?
Yes.
Fine. How old really are we? Calculate it backwards. We are looking at people 1940s, 1950s. What do we know? So, but those other people had gone deeper in time.
Yes, than what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So, fantastic. What if everything you think you know about Igbo origin is based on dangerous assumptions? In the next clip, Professor Ezeh explains why undocumented history leads to dangerous assumptions.
It doesn't matter from whose hand
the truth comes from.
It doesn't matter from whose mouth. The fact of the matter is that if you linguistically, we have what we call glottochronology. It is what historical linguists, subspecialization we call historical linguists or linguistics. So if you wanted, and we'll come to it again, depending on the interest you might have, when we discuss the so-called Igbo, Jew.
Yes, we'll come
Hebrew.
To that, yes.
Yeah, so the point I'm trying to make is, in trying to determine relatedness or otherwise of any two groups, you look at their language, they never share the linguistic identity. Never. Until the end of the world.
Yes.
I mean, whatever might be the current political or economic, realities, you can't remove. You may not even know as a lay person, but give it to a linguist, it's piece of cake. Any 100-level linguistics or anthropological linguistics, we'll just look at it and show you that they are relatedness.
Yes.
Because it's well worked out,
yes.
Structured. So if you just collect the thing called basic vocabulary, you do the normal arithmetic
analysis
equation,
and you get it right.
and you see. So Yoruba, Igbo, the same. They belong to the same immediate family called Kwa.
The Kwala group of languages.
And they are the largest for any one group of families of languages in Africa.
In Africa, okay.
And then they belong to a super family. So they belong to the larger linguistic family that is called Niger-Congo.
The Niger-Congo group of families.
And Niger-Congo is undebatably the largest for the continent. You find that in the north of Africa, we don't group them with the rest. Yes. Africa, yes. Instead, we take what we call Nilotic Africa instead of saying North Africa. So North Africa will create confusion because many of them will be grouped with the Middle East.
Section.
Arab, So Nilotic takes just the strip along the Nile.
The Nile.
You have the group that are truly Africans along that place.
Niger,
that's the people we are interested in. Because North overlaps with the Middle East.
Okay.
Yes. So you find that the one group super family of languages that we call Afroasiatic has some of them here and many of them in the Middle East, including the Hebrew.
The Hebrew, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And if you go by that, you find that some of them, Hausa is among, a couple of other northern Nigerian languages is there, but they link up to
they relate to
Afroasiatic, including Hebrew.
Wow, this has been really solid introduction.
Thank you.
Now, Prof, the topic that we are amazed about and which we are so grateful to have you is the topic of the origin. These Igbo people, where are they from? What is the origin of the Igbo people? How do we find our roots?
Well, if anybody comes to this studio and tell you that as in August 2025, that he has information that can give you the origin of all Igbo people, don't take him serious.
Wow.
That is the fact.
Wow.
But
solid.
But having said that, it is not strange. Many other human groups are in that position. Not all human groups. But the fact is, if you are dealing with a human group that are non-literate or that came into literacy recently, they are not likely to give you the full story of their origin.
The Igbo story does not begin in one place and does not move in a straight line. Listen, and you will hear powerful migration accounts linking Ife, Benin, Onitsha, and many other Igbo communities.
So the reason is simple. If you didn't document it, then you have a big task, a daunting task, an unhurried task in your hand. So this thing people often ask us, I think with greatest respect and with due modesty on our part, we think it's a lazy thinking. That's why I continue to doff my cap for the people who started what they are now doing at Nnamdi Azikiwe. What they call it is Obi Nnemeka Achebe World Center for Igbo Repository. So if you read his lecture, his foundation lecture on that. Now, in his foundation inaugural lecture on this, he did a very fantastic work. But thorough as that work is, it's only addressing an angle. That is, how did the Onitsha originate? The summary of this is just to say that as things stand now, if anybody hurry to any conclusion about where the Igbo originated, he's definitely going to commit a scholarly blunder. Yeah, because in Achebe's submission, the Igbo, and I agree with him in terms of available materials. Yes, other people have also said similar thing, including the Yoruba themselves, that they originated, at least the Onitsha part, originated. Adonidu. That is much later. Yes. Idu is referring to Benin. Okay. But this one starts from Ife.
Okay,
yeah. So, and the Igbo were actually the top dog in that place until there was struggle of whom to succeed the Oba, and there was a fight. Again, in the beginning of the fight, the Igbo was also in top position until the Yoruba group went and strategized, and they were lucky. One of their daughters volunteered to be married to yes. And the leader of the Igbo thought he was lucky.
Found love.
Yes. So she came because the Igbo were using masquerade, and they saw the masquerade as something, either monster or spirit or, but certainly not mortal human. So the lady came, and over time studied and found this is just what it is. And then she went and revealed
these
it.
People,
and he made the Yoruba, expel the Igbo, who continued. They stopped over. That's where the thing came in. Yes, so they stopped over in Benin. After some time,
they moved on.
And all that. But there's even something I told the Agbogidi. I said, you might have known some of these bigger names that have obvious Onitsha connection.
Yes.
Like Onitsangwa, Onitsambise,
Onitsha, because of his own
even
heritage.
The whole local government is Onitsha.
Yes.
In my own area.
Yes.
Okay, fine. But you probably had not heard about smaller ones that have something to do with the Onitsha migration as well.
Yeah.
I told him it took my getting to the stage I am in life to know that in my village, my own village, it may not be called Onitsha, but look at what happens. It's called Onka Ogumeze Chima.
Okay. Back to Onka Ogumeze Chima. Back to Eze.
Listen, and there is no dispute as to its connection
to Ezeh
with the Onitsha story.
Yes, Ezeh Chima.
No dispute at all. Because that was my conjecture. Until even I found I wasn't brilliant enough. That actually somebody had gone before me.
Wow.
Yes. And who was that person? One of our well-respected anthropologists, Professor Nzimiro.
Okay, Nzimiro.
Yes.
Professor Nzimiro. Okay,
Yes.
wow.
Yes.
Renowned.
So he is renowned. And now he wrote a book. And in that book, Agbogidi touched on this event, but not to the details that I want to, I told him and I want to repeat here. So when there was a struggle of whom to succeed the person leading the Benin to where they are now in Onitsha, and the man died. The man died, and there was struggle for succession. And then a lineage, had maneuvered the other people. Then the other people, in protest, it's captured up to this point in Agbogidi's narrative, went another way.
Okay.
Not following up to Onitsha. But Nzimiro took it from there and said a group, for instance, settled. I'm just trying to see if I link up my own village.
Yes, to that.
So a group settled at where you now have Oguta. Incidentally, Nzimiro is from Oguta. I hope you know.
Yes.
Yes. So a group. So he's talking about what he knew. A group settled in Oguta. Now, that group in Oguta, Oguma Ezeh, the Oguma group. Now, the Oguma was also in charge. Not only they settled, they were also in charge.
Yeah.
They were, if you like, rulers in Oguta.
Yes.
Now, until something happened, there was war between the Oguta people and some Igala. And the Oguma was sent to mediate, but he didn't play fair.
Did the Igbo come from Israel, or have they always been here? Continue to listen as Professor Ezeh dismantles popular origin myths and separates evidence from speculation. What I get is that when we want to discuss Igbo origin,
yes,
there is nothing that we have today that can concretely say that this is where the Igbos originated.
Pan-Igbo, no.
There's no Pan-Igbo.
Except that what people say, and I'm in sympathy with them, is that there are two basic hypotheses. There is the extraneous hypothesis that says the Igbo did not originate from where they are now.
No, okay.
And if you pursue that, this
theory,
not the hypothesis, this string of the hypothesis, they tell you one source, the migration was from within what is now Nigeria.
Okay.
And they will place it at the Niger-Benue
confluence, okay.
That basin, using your term will be much better.
Okay.
Around that axis.
Okay.
I have also read someone who said there was an ancient empire called Kwararafa.
Okay.
And he tried to link it up to that.
Okay.
I must tell you that, I don't know what year now, as early as 2009 or so, the then Ata
of Igala
actually invited us, selected, I think, about 5 of us, and we stayed in his palace for about a week, brainstorming
on how to
on this, because did some Igbo
go to
migrate
Igala,
from Igala?
Igala or from here?
Well, I don't know, but it seems the migration was from there. You get people who are desperate, thinking they will get a prize for it. If you say it's the Igbo who is populating
Igala, or Gala is populating this.
No, if you follow the facts, it looks like the people were coming from a Gala.
Okay.
You just
so you have that external migration.
Yes, then there is you would rather say extraneous
migration.
But I'm saying it's fucked.
Two sides of it.
Yes, the indigenous, the local one that says where these people came from were also places within what we can now call Nigeria. Then there is the other one that says it's Middle East.
Okay.
Origin.
Yes.
Our man, Mbonu Ojike,
yes,
in spite of himself, actually said the Igbo, but in this case, he limited it to the Aro.
To the Aro, okay.
Yes. Came from Egypt.
So a section of the Igbo.
Yes, came from Egypt.
Okay.
But what do all that have in common? The Middle East origin.
Yes.
See, I teach research methodology, and I can tell you, hypothesis is just hypothesis.
Yes.
Until you can give us
concrete
evidence-driven facts to support it.
Okay.
And what is PJ saying sitting here? That no convincing evidence
yet produced. Yet.
Then there is the other one, which is that the Igbo have always been here.
Indigenous, Eti.
Achebe, in his typical humorous way, inimitable way of putting things, it looks like it's simple, but it's deep. Used his own community as an example. But the point is, Achebe said there that their own thesis about origin of Ogidi is that they have always been there.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know how he put it with regard of the neighboring.
Yeah, I get it.
Whom he said they just had to cross
like
the river.
Like my town migrated from Ogidi.
Oh, really?
Yes, Okija.
Yes.
I will call ourselves Okija Chalogidi.
Because a section of that book, the Fata Morgana, what I did in it, by the way, Fata Morgana is like saying Willow the Wisp, but this is a particular place in Italy where you are looking, it seems you are seeing something, but, chemists have explained why that is so.
So some kind of an illusion.
Yes. So that is it. And I call it Fata Morgana of Igbo Jewish origin. In the sense that it looks to you as if there is something, but there's nothing in it. Okay. But the point I'm making is that as in part of that book, I was able to show this is Achebe's position in it. This is position gathered in the field among the Mbise people who also say, oh, we have always been here. There are many people who, if you go to them, they say, we have always been here.
Language never lies, even when history is silent. In the next clip, linguistic evidence reveals Igbo connections and puts on the table the reasons no one today can claim the full knowledge of Igbo story of origin. So there are two key things about the origin.
Yes.
Those who pursue the extraneous migration, and those who say that we are aborigines. We are aborigines.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Of interest to us is, whatever we find in our origin, what makes sense is what we can use to continue our lives.
Yes.
And that is what we are seeking.
First, let me start by saying I'm not a politician and will never be.
Okay.
Because they don't know much.
Okay.
So they bully their way through the poor ranks on the rest of society.
Okay.
In our part of the world, they deny this. That is, they see it as their right to do what I have described they are doing.
Okay.
But I tell you one thing. I have lived in Europe. I have watched their politics. The difference seems to be that they realize they don't know much. Yeah. And it's not bad in itself.
Yes.
It's not bad that they don't know much. After all, people who know much, some of them will not even go into politics.
Yes. The key takeaways. This episode with Professor Peter-Jazzy Ezeh has the following takeaways. 1. Ezeh makes it clear that no scholar currently possesses conclusive evidence that establishes a single definitive origin of all Igbo people. Any claim to have solved the Igbo origin question in totality is at best speculative and at worst a scholarly error. 2. Any culture without any documentation as part of their original culture are like the Igbos, unable to be conclusive about their origin. Such culture must continuously depend on the linguistic evidence and archaeological findings to resolve the question of their origin. 3. Igbo scholars, Igbo government, and Igbo wealthy men must now double their efforts in studies and funding of research into the past if they are to resolve the question of Igbo origin. We must not, however, throw away the European narratives about us collected in the early centuries. We must filter the truth from these records, remove the propaganda, use the facts they have obtained by interviewing our far-gone ancestors. For the closer their records are to the early generations, the closer you are to the truth. Here in Igbo Viva, we invite our listeners to take note of the importance of historical linguistics, whose evidence places us in the Kwa subgroup of the Niger-Congo language family. The same evidence puts Igbo outside the Afroasiatic language group to which Israel belongs. So the functional opinion today is that the Igbos have always lived where we live today. We may share religious practices similar to Judaism, but we did not share linguistic history with the descendants of Abraham. So we urge the Igbo to continue to be proud of the nobility of their past and the amazing present we are building for our future generation. Never forget to call upon the millions of Igbos worldwide to come and drink from the Igbo Viva, the fountain of Igbo wisdom. We urge you to continue to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Now let's go to 100,000 views a month and 10,000 subscribers.